cop a new crib, got some new neighbors. You get this big, they gon' want favors, they gon' want flavors. Probably roll. Hope the Lord save us, wait for these haters. Hope the Lord save us, wait for these snakes, wait for these fakes. Wait, I need breaks, wait, I need cake. How long can we wait? Come on, better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Patriots going up against the Cardinals. With that, we'll get you to Glendale for the first Sunday night game of the year and the debut of our new commentary team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. It hosted Super Bowls 42 and 49. And it's University of Phoenix Stadium. That's where we're at in Glendale, Arizona. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener of the 2016 NFL season between the New England Patriots and the Arizona Cardinals. They come out here in the eye.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now here is the first carry. It's a welcome back for Le'Veon Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Gun.
They'll need to get the play off quickly.
Set.
Snap comes at one. Garoppolo. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's third down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Time running out here on the play clock. Garoppolo now. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And the 11 defensive starters for Arizona.
Deion Buchanan was drafted as a safety, but makes many of his plays as a linebacker in their scheme.
Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The second-year man, David Johnson. And he'll get 3 up to midfield. Dante Hightower on the stop. And certainly one of the mainstays in this offense is the crafty veteran L. Fitz.
Love the way you phrased it. Crafty. This guy knows how to get open and catch the football.
Second down following the run.
Let's go. Sally 19.
They go to Johnson again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
Devin McCourty is one half of twins that can cover just about anyone in the league. A top-notch player who can play corner or safety.
Here's Palmer to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it. I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Second down, here's Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's 3rd and 5.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football. But a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down. 5 yards to go. Play clock winding down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Gronkowski, the intended target. Now 4th down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Here's Ryan Allen now, standing just outside his own goal line. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. On the return is Peterson. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on 3rd down.
Here we go. What?
On 3rd down, Palmer. And that is incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 4th down. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Down. Airing one out for Macklin, deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Get ready. Wide 18. Wide 18.
Play action. It's Palmer. Man open left side is Brown. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, 65 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT. He's looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Here we go.
On second down, Johnson. And some room to work. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They come out here in the eye. Garoppolo to throw on second down. Goes underneath for Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A first down carry here for Johnson. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Have you talked with your friends who are in the fantasy leagues? I keep hearing David Johnson's name is coming up in a big way.
Boy, he was a steal third-rounder out of Northern Iowa, and I think last year started. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Third down, 15 yards still needed. Off the play fake. Here's Palmer. He's got time. And able to find John Brown. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, 38 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. They'll get the football here. Oh, what a move. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And, Charles, it's not very often an elite back becomes available. They jumped on him. I think they were smart to do so.
I agree, and we hear so often about how the running back position is devalued. But when you have a chance to get one of the truly best, top of his game, you go out and get him.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards on the pickup, and that's good for a New England first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing, and for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
Again, it's Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Tight end's left. Tight end's left. 3 down, 3 down. Here we go.
Now Palmer. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Hey, all right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch the curve.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's going to go up top again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. On 3rd down, Palmer. He gets it to Brown, complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
Get ready. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
All right, now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. And hang on here. Palmer's shaken up. Their captain still down on the ground. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Now it's the backup Gabbard. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. From the right hash, this from 53. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk. The long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter, you give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
4 down. 20. Alabama. Check 52 to Mike. Check 52.
First throw now for the backup Brady. This is Bell on the dump off. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time, and it's 3rd and short.
You ever notice that when Tom Brady does get hit and drop to the ground, there's some guys back to him pretty quickly to check on his health, aren't there?
That's exactly right. For as much as he throws, doesn't take a lot of square shots, but took one there.
He's really smart in the pocket, isn't he? Even out of the pocket. He understands where the pressure is coming from. He senses people. You're exactly right. Doesn't take too many direct ones. But that one had to hurt.
And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And this is caught. He hits Macklin. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Wait, 20. We got 4. Rip. Do. 3-10.
Brady to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Wait, 20! Orange!
Check it, Humphrey!
52!
Check. Fresno!
They slot Gronkowski outright.
20!
Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. 15 yards through the air on a first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Wait, 20! 53 for Mike.
Brady now on first down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. The veteran Jeremy Maclin was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Wait, 20!
Watch 14!
20!
Watch 14!
Mike, wait, you ain't got nothing! You ain't got nothing! Hold 66!
Check. Crunch!
53 for Mike. Check 50. Let's go! Wait, 20!
Brady will try again on second down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, LR. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They come out here in the eye. The busy night continues for Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll hand it off now. Johnson, credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, Gabbert. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the right hash, this from 33. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for New England. 53 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think that...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It's the man traded by the Patriots, Chandler Jones, in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Play action. Now it's Brady. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out come the Patriots. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, Alabama. Bang, 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 bang. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
20, 35.
They go play action here on first down. To the sideline and complete to Gronkowski. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They slot Gronkowski outright. Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now Brady. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell, sell, sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly...
Now a battle for the football, and it's caught. It's a touchdown. Jeremy Maclin with an acrobatic catch. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. And for Tom Brady, after a little bit of a rocky offseason, he's back in the saddle. Here we go again. First touchdown pass of the season.
And I don't think there's any player in the league that turns rocky into smooth better than Tom Brady. Because when it's all said and done, he's always ready to play and play at a high level. Really no surprise what we saw there, and we know we're going to see plenty more of it as the season moves on.
I thought you were going to say turns Rocky into Rocky Road. That was my favorite ice cream.
That makes 2 of us because that's what we're going to do after this game.
Well, he does make everything smooth, though, and that's the first TD again of the season for Brady. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Now a handoff, Johnson, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson, and he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. We've got a 3rd and 11. On play action, Gabbard. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well, I think Lady Luck was on his side.
Watch left, watch left. He's down right there. Everyone's got more.
On first down, Brady. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyvon Branch. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. So now a 1st and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
David Johnson on his way. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
So the Patriots coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to...
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Le'Veon Bell, 66 yards. And the Patriots get a score closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Double tight. Check me out. Down. Green.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
Double tight. 80! Blue 80!
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Come on. Pump it up, baby. Let's get loud. Get up, Brown. Get up.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something.
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
They will take the knee, and it means a great start to their 2016 campaign. A win here in Week 1. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla.